It's already.
Yes, it's Mitch.
Yeah, I think we can start and we're just gonna
I think we're all ready to start, right? So guys, thank you so much for coming in here tonight. Good evening from Houston, Texas. First of all, and in behalf of all the organizers of our Zoom meeting tonight, thank you so much for taking time to be here tonight with us. To the new official business owners, welcome and congratulations on your new business. And guys, we still have 2 upcoming Zoom meetings this month of June. And so tonight's Zoom is gonna be short and sweet. Okay, so if it's okay with you guys, we will probably save most of our Q&As for our next meetings. Okay, guys. So to those who doesn't know me yet, my name is Mitch, one of the coaches here in Goal Getter Squad. I'm currently and thankfully 6A, and big thanks to my mentor and coach, Jom and Isa, and to all of you guys. But tonight's Zoom is not about me, it's about all of us. We are here because we want to change, to have a business, not just to earn, but to be able to help ourselves and to help our loved ones financially and to gain more time freedom, right? So we may have different and specific goals, personal goals, and why we jumped into the business, but one thing is for sure, we want to change our lives for the better. And so, can you hear me all, guys? It's good, okay, thank you. And so, guys, we have a very special guest tonight, or guests tonight, who have made this change possible for us. Okay, so they are currently 6A5-4 and 6A5-5. We see them live on the Dream Team Masterminds at least once a week. So without further ado, mystery guest is, okay, one moment. So there he is.
My pleasure to be here with you tonight, guys.
Oh my God. That is a good looking man.
Let's welcome Mike and Darren, guys.
Hey, everybody.
Thank you so much, Mike and Darren. We know that you are both very busy, and we really thank you for spending some of your time with us tonight. And we do have some wonderful people here in our squad who would like to ask you some questions to inspire us, so we will do better in the business. And yeah, so in behalf of the whole squad, it's really amazing to have you here with us. It's like, I myself, I'm so nervous, and I can't believe that you accepted my invitation. So thank you so much. I would start with, yeah, so first question will be from Marvin.
Hi, Mike. Hi, Darren.
Hi, Marvin. Good, how are you?
Good. Thank you. Thanks for being here. The first question for tonight is, how do you respond to leads who ask if this is MLM or pyramid?
I say it's not a pyramid because typically when people think of a pyramid, they are thinking of a business where the person at the top is the only one making any money. But the way this has been designed to pay out is we actually show you how to cut out your sponsor, right? So that you are making all the money.
Yeah.
So that by default, it can't be a pyramid, right?
Yeah. And also a lot of pyramid schemes or Ponzi schemes, they have no product. Whereas we do, I always just tell people, I don't tell them what the products are, but I tell them that we have products. And I also say that, this is online network marketing. It's not the type of business where you have to go bugging your friends and family. We teach you how to advertise online so that you're building a warm market that way and then marketing to that market rather than actually pestering people like a typical network marketing or MLM where that's where they teach you to chase down all your friends and family and everything.
I've always said, I am absolutely proud of the fact that this is network marketing because it's online. And it's very strategic when it's online, if you think about it. And I go back to the coaching videos that everybody's watched. We always say, you start off spending $10 a day, right? Then you say you sign up 10 people below you who are also spending $10 a day. What you've now built is a little mini advertising agency, right? So all of these people are out there advertising, making themselves money. But the way the Enagic pays out, they can't help but make you money at the same time. So if all of you are spending $10, that's $110 a day. Right. Well, naturally, $110 a day is going to get more results than $10 a day. That's why we're proud of the fact that it's network marketing. And that's why really it works as well as it does. Good question.
Thank you, Darren.
Thank you. Thank you, Darren and Mike. We have another question from Coach Georgette.
Hi, Mike. Hi, Darren.
Hi, Georgette.
Good afternoon from Los Angeles, California. So my question is actually the most commonly asked questions for like prospects or like possible leads that are interested in the business, but they're a little bit skeptical or doubtful or something like that. So before they even sign up to the website, their first question is, let's just say like, I meet somebody and they ask me like, what do you do? What is your online business about? So you say that there's no selling involved. So what exactly do you do? So my question is, how do you typically like respond to that question in a way that you drive them to register to your website instead of you asking the whole thing? I mean, just like what is, who are you, what do you do, and what is your online business about if you don't have any products to sell, or if you don't like, something like that. Because most of our audience, most of our Zoom people here are newbies, so they actually get that question like most of the time.
Oh, that's such an easy one.
Yeah.
We provide all the tools, training, systems to get you up and running in the online world, and you don't do any selling because the system actually does the selling for you.
That's what a sales funnel is, right? It's an automated system that engages your leads for you, provides them the information they need to make an informed buying decision themselves.
Right? So the selling's done through the webinar and then the coaching videos.
And the emails that they get.
Yeah, and the auto emails. And that's what's all provided by the system. So that's what I've like with my leads. That's what I always told them. It's so similar to like a franchise, and we provide you with all the training tools, systems to get you up and running in the online world if you're interested in earning like a supplementary income.
I know you could go buy a Starbucks franchise for $5 million, or you could do this one for 149. Which one sounds better?
So basically what we do is like, we offer the service, the training service, the coaching training service.
Well, it's part of a whole, remember, like if you think of every webinar that I always do, we always talk about how this is a comprehensive program. It's a comprehensive program that offers all of the systems, the tools, the support, the training, the mentorship, and even the right product mix so that people can get plugged in and get up and running in the shortest amount of time possible. The whole idea here is that it's designed to minimize that startup phase for each of you and your business, right? Because you don't have to go out and build everything from scratch. You don't have to figure everything out.
You don't have to buy a whole bunch of inventory off of, like somewhere and then resell it on Amazon or whatever. There's all these other online businesses. That's what they teach you, right? And you have to stock thousands and thousands of dollars worth of stuff and then resell it. And you don't have to do that with this. Most new businesses that fail, they fail in the startup phase because they bury themselves in overhead, or they don't have a good handle on all of their costs, or they don't understand all of the costs. Here we've tried to take all of that out of the equation and to try to make it as easy for everybody as possible to focus on one thing, marketing, right? Because Enagic takes care of the whole fulfillment side, the payout side, because we take care of the whole system side. All that the business owner has to do here is focus on one key pillar, marketing. And that's where all the training comes into play, right? So it allows each of you to focus your energies and your attention on one thing so that you can get up to speed as quickly as possible and become successful as quickly as possible.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's the question.
Thank you. We have another question from Chloe.
Hey, Chloe.
Hi, Mike and Darren. It's good to see you here. Greetings from Texas. I do have a question for you guys. I know that our this business is not a get rich quick scheme or something similar to that. So, and the reality of life is that the road to success is not always smooth. Sometimes it gets rocky and rough for all of us. And I know that whether we are new or have been in the business for a while, we have experienced somehow some those valleys and times when things get tough and we feel disappointed and discouraged and disheartened. So my question is on behalf of a Go-Getter Squad is what are some setbacks and failures you first experienced when you began this business and how did you overcome those setbacks?
We had every setback imaginable.
In the beginning, we're just like everybody else though. Like at the core of it, we had to figure out our audience and finding the right people.
Yeah.
We used to be in a community that was really poorly managed. And so the buyer placement was all over the place. And so a lot of the times, one of our biggest problems was that we would bring in buyers and they would allocate them to somebody else. And then we'd be like, that was our buyer. And they're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
sorry, we'll give you one in exchange. And then we would get this buyer. Oh my Lord, it was just a nightmare, right? Every time we got somebody back, it would be somebody that was
Not a fit.
for us. And I'm not even sure wanted a business. Like, I don't know why they clicked on that person's in the first place.
But there was also, we didn't have a very good coach, and our coach wanted to do all the coaching calls because he wanted the money and didn't want Mike to do the calls. And a lot of our buyers didn't connect with that coach.
He had
It
a
was
very different style.
abrasive and kind of, well, rude, I guess, is like, I don't even know how else to say it. And so many of our buyers would have their call and then they'd message saying, I don't know, I'm not going to do this. Like, I didn't like that guy and I don't get a good feeling. And then, so we had that really going against us. So then that's why we left and started our own group, because when Mike said, look, we want to do our own coaching calls, that guy kicked us out of that group. So that was it. We didn't even bother trying to go back. We just started the dream team. And when you start any new group, that's its own set of things we had to overcome, because here we are, we're like having to learn like webinar software. We didn't know anything like how to do webinars.
Training site.
Yeah, we had no training
Build a
site.
webinar.
So we had to do all that from scratch. Like everything you guys have was all built. None of it was there before. We built it all from nothing. And it just keeps accumulating. Like it's still always getting added to, and
while at the same time also trying to manage the little downline we had at the time,
and also still advertising and bringing in leads, and here you're talking to people, and it was scary bringing people into something that like we were just all learning ourselves and building, and you don't really have the confidence in, but like now, like it's so different. Like 5 years later, I wouldn't be scared to bring someone into this, because this system is like a machine. It's up and running. You guys all know there's 80 something thousand people in the Facebook group. There's 30,000 distributors. I mean, there's no reason to feel like awkward or weird about bringing people into it, because there's so many people that are successful. There's so many stories, right? But it wasn't like that when we first started. We didn't have the success stories or anything to show people or tell people. So it was like, I don't know if you're going to make it. I don't know where we're going to be next year. I don't know where we're going to be next month.
We did have one thing. And, I think this holds true for all of you too. We committed to those people that we were going to do everything we could to make it work, and that we would always be there for them. And at the end of the day, that's all each and every one of you does for your new people, right? That's all you got to do. You got to say to the person, look, I get it. You got doubts. I get it. You got doubts in me, maybe as your mentor, but I can promise you this, I will be there for you. And I will try my hardest to help you succeed. And what else can we do in life, right? I mean, nothing is guaranteed in life, right? But if you've actually got somebody who's committing to help you, and they're paying $149 for all of these systems. I mean, come on, right? Like that's more than you get in a lot of places. And the way that we've intentionally chosen Magic, because at least, you know, there's startup costs with every business, but at least here, your startup cost is plugging you into still the best generous compensation plan we found, but at the same time,
amazing
products.
Yeah, so many things out there. Like when you do, if you decide to do like an Amazon store, a Shopify store, it's $10,000 just for the training,
systems and the training.
So you don't even get anything. You're forking out 10 grand. And I know there's some of you on here who've tried these things, so you know it's at least 10 grand, sometimes 20. And you're not getting anything tangible.
And then you got to go buy your inventory too.
Yeah,
right?
and then you got to, exactly. So with this, at least you're getting, you know, yeah, trifecta is 10 grand, but you're getting amazing products as your starting thing. Absolute worst case scenario, you don't succeed in the business for some reason, or it's taking you a long time. You've got amazing products in the meantime. You're not out anything.
Yeah.
Right. So that was always why we liked this, because we never felt like, okay, if somebody doesn't succeed, well, worst case scenario, they're getting healthier.
Yeah.
Right. Their health is going to change.
Yeah.
That's the worst case scenario. Whereas those other businesses, they spent 10 or 20 grand, Shopify, Amazon, they're out that money. That's it. They got nothing.
Yeah.
Right. And they're probably less healthy from all the stress than when they started. Right.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing. That's big. I mean, just to imagine starting from scratch with nothing, all at the same time, learning and teaching and building something, that's huge. So we are so grateful for the leadership that you two are doing in this business. You guys are an inspiration to all of us. So thanks for sharing that.
Thanks, Chloe.
Yeah, I agree with Chloe. Thank you so much for sharing with us your experience. And it's very inspiring to know that you started from scratch and then look at how successful you are now. So we look up to you guys. We have another question from Joy.
Hi, Joy.
Hi, Mike and Darren. I'm starstruck. Hi, guys. Before I say something, I just want to say that words are not enough to express our gratitude to you guys for your kindness for sharing this wonderful system. Thank you so much for changing our lives. Okay, let me go to my question. Can you share some strategies that help you become a better business owner?
First and foremost, number one strategy Darren and I always had was we talked amongst each other. My heart goes out to people who always tell me that they have a skeptical spouse in this business, because neither of us did. Yeah. There was never any question on either of our parts about what the other was capable of, and that was huge.
Yeah. And we really found each other's strengths. Yeah. And then we let that person do that.
Yes.
Like obviously Mike's strength is the front man, like the webinar. I did not want to I hated going on the webinars. So, Mike was the forefront of that, but I liked talking to the lead, like running, the marketing side, I do all the posting on the page and the pictures and the talking to the leads.
Thousands of conversations with leads. Oh, yeah. I never would have wanted to do that.
Right. So it's like that's a huge strategy, is not if you are doing this business with your partner or even a friend or whoever, family member, to focus really on the parts that you're each good at. Mm-hmm. Another thing I would say is this was always our main focus, and I know it can't be everybody's plan A necessarily from the beginning, but what I mean is we ran this as a proper business.
We prioritized it.
It wasn't 30 minutes a day. We didn't just do the minimum, because if you just do the minimum, that's fine. But then you can't expect to make, $50,000, $100,000 a month just doing the minimum. Yeah. If you want the big results, then you have to put in the time and the effort, right? And it's fine if you don't want that, but then you can't complain, because some people are happy with just extra 500 or extra $1,000 a month. That's great. then you can work less. But if you want more, then you have to put in more. It's like anything in life. And we did. We saw the opportunity, the opportunity, like, the amount that you can make. I mean, you've all seen the NAGIC compensation plan, and we knew, because we saw people ahead of us, even though we didn't really like our upline, but we saw like that they were hitting -2 and then -3. We saw, so we knew, and they were, not very, like, not the most brightest bulbs, to be honest. And I was like, if they can do it, we can definitely do this, because there's nothing special about those guys that have hit all these high levels, right? And so I knew we could.
And I think that's really important, because the thing about this that both of us find really uncomfortable is that it feels like a lot of people put us on this pedestal, and they somehow look up at Mike and Darren and say, "Oh my gosh, look at what they've done." But and I think that's really dangerous for people, because there's honestly nothing remarkable about us compared to any of you. It's just business, right? We put everything into it. We sacrifice time and money and a lot of stress into doing it, and we prioritized it. And on the days where everybody told us that we couldn't do it, we said, "Screw you," and we went and did it anyway. And that was all it was, right? Like, and I think, having those people ahead of us, achieving those ranks that we knew really barely even understood their business, I think was a godsend for us, because we knew if they could do it, anybody could do it. And I worry that sometimes when people put us on this pedestal and they think that we're somehow smarter or better than they are, that they worry that they can't do it. And that's really dangerous.
And that's not true.
It's not true at all.
Yeah.
And so if you, like, put that aside right now, if that's how you feel, put that aside. And what else?
I would say we had a disadvantage because even being two gay guys, it's not like, not everyone's going to click on us, on the ads and on our page and stuff like that. Like, we're a minority, right? So I would say we had some disadvantages there that compared to some of the other people.
And number one, I mean, this is the business coach in me, but I got to say, best business strategy ever is get organized and use systems, right? It scares the death out of me when I hear people say, "Oh yeah, it's all up here." No, it's not up there, right? You've got to write stuff down. You've got to track things. You need spreadsheets. You need to understand how much you're spending on your business every month, right? Like, and how much you're making in your business every month, and figure out what your household comfort level budget is. Like, how much can you actually put into your ads? And you need to understand, like, who are your leads and who's clicking on ads and what's working in your ads. All of that has to be tracked. That is so critically important. Coaches, you got to be using Pipedrive. Right? And it's still to this day one of the cheapest tools I've ever seen in my life. Pipedrive is amazing because it tracks all of your emails to a lead. It tracks your phone calls. You can plug your calendar into it. It all just syncs, right? It saves you so many steps. DocuSign, I love DocuSign, right? Because it reminds my buyers to fill out their paperwork, so I don't have to. I love that, right? Like, all of these little systems, all of these things that help you get on top of your A game and stay there, because they just keep you organized. It's critical. Internet, oh my gosh, key strategy, so simple, but make sure you've got good internet, right? And I say that because so many people don't. And you live in areas where there's no reason why you shouldn't, right? And it's internet, for another $50 a month, it changes everything. I think there's just some basic things that you got to understand. If you're going to start a business, you got to give it priority. You got to give it time. You got to give it attention, and you have to invest in it. That's every business. And what are the basic things you need for your business to work? Well, if it's an online business, internet is obviously one of them, right? So is a computer, right? Because we know that building an ads on a computer is different than building ads on your phone. So if you're going to build ads, you should probably have a good computer.
But a good phone helps too, more for the camera.
Yes.
Than
for a totally different strategy, but just as important, right? Yeah. And it doesn't have to be an iPhone 12. I mean, an iPhone 10 takes awesome photos, right? Yeah. So I'm not saying that it has to be cutting edge. It has to be brand new all the time. but I am saying it has to make you look professional, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the number one thing. We all want to appear professional, because if people don't see us as professional, they're not going to believe that we can help them, right? Anything else?
Okay. So, yeah, Mike and Darren, I personally love your humility, but I'm sure that all of us want to be just like you too. So, we do have another question from JR.
Hi,
Just the
Mike.
question.
Hi.
Oh, hey, JR.
Hi, Darren. Good morning from the Philippines.
I love it.
I'm also with my sister, Christine. She's also a business owner.
Hello.
Yes.
My question is, how are you able to break through and get to where you are now?
Determination, sheer determination.
Yeah. And it's, time, right? We put in a lot of time into this. I mean, it's 5 years seems relatively short, kind of in the enagic world, to hit this level. But it's a long, like 5 years. We've been at this 5 years, right? Just over 5 years since we actually got our distributor ID and started. Dream Team is a little bit younger because we started with that other team. So, but and we, like Mike mentioned, we sacrificed a lot. It's a little bit different for us because we don't have children, so we do have more time probably than most people, and we did work a lot. Like,
A lot.
like we,
But also we didn't start out with all the resources and everything, and that's why we
No.
worked a lot.
yeah, exactly, a lot. Yeah, we did. We, like, at the beginning, Mike was the only coach. We did everything. So, our days were long, and it's not that we were working like 16 hours straight and then sleeping 8 hours, but we were always on. You know what I mean? Like, if someone sent us a message at midnight, we replied. Like, we were always available, and we were always plugged in, like 24/7 kind of thing. And then now we don't have to be, because there's so many people now that are, we've got whole departments with department heads and all people doing different things. So now that's the beauty of any business. Once you build it to that point, and then it starts taking care of you, right? So, but at the beginning, we definitely put that time in, and I think that's how we.
The key with this business is it's built to scale. That's why I like it, right? Like, as you build up to 6A, there's a lot of attention that you got to give your people, because you're directly sponsoring people. And then when you get versus 6A 2-3, you've got now hundreds of people below you. There's no way in the world that you could keep mentoring people directly, right? But you've got now 6As in between you. And now in our community, we rolled in this coach's role, which is unique. That's not an enagic thing. We did that because we wanted to add one more step in there, just to kind of take pressure off of each other, so that it was always manageable. And
Right.
This is a people business, and it's really important that you're good with your team, right? Like, you don't have to be best friends with each other, but you have to be able to respect each other. And I know sometimes I hear people say to me, "Oh, I don't get along with my mentor. Can I have a new mentor?" I'm like, well, no, actually you can't. That's your mentor. That's your sponsor, right? But you're both adults. The good news is you both should have the skill set to fix this relationship. Listen to each other, talk to each other, put some effort into it.
And your team members are your best resource, right?
And your number one resource.
And that's why we still do the masterminds, and we still come on Zooms when people ask us, right? Like this, that's the thing. I think the people that don't get that and they don't realize that, then they're like, that's when it starts to fall apart, or they're not as successful, because they don't know how to.
Yeah.
It's like almost creating that culture, right? And you all know there's that culture in the Dream Team, right? That's different from most other things out there. And
what's that passion that is the fuel that keeps this thing thriving, right? Like, even in the middle of a pandemic, we hit -5 because there's so many people who hit -6 below us. the way they did it was because
No, 6A.
What did I say?
There's
Oh,
6.
6A. Yeah, sorry. 6A below us. And they did it because they had passion and they were passionate about their people. And that kind of trickle down is the key. It's the secret sauce here, right? This is why people don't like Shopify and Amazon businesses. They're boring. There's no passion, right? There's no people. Here, I mean, oh my gosh, like we could literally go to almost any country in the world now and we could go hang out with people and talk, right? Like we've known each other for years.
And all
right?
of you
Like,
can. Everyone, you can post in there
Yeah.
on the Facebook group, hey, I'm going to so-and-so, anyone from the dream team at this locate. Like you have friends around the world now, right?
that's
John,
really remarkable.
Great tips. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Darren.
You're welcome.
Another question from Cherry.
Hi, Mike and Darren.
Hi,
Cherry here from New Jersey. Yeah, thank you so much for giving us the chance to be with us tonight. Thank you for building this wonderful community. Thank you for building this community which is full of integrity, community values, and support. My question is, what is your vision for the dream team for the next 5 or 10 years from now? I know that the dream team is rapidly growing, so we would like to know what is your plan?
Our number one focus for this year are systems. And so that's why we've been talking so much about systems.
And you all know you can see your leads now, right?
I mean, so
Yeah.
the system side it's a massive focus, and then we've been working even before we started rolling stuff out. Like a year ago, we started working with some of this really high level stuff, and so there's some really exciting changes that are going to continue to happen this year. When you've got a community this size, it's slow to roll stuff out because there's so many people involved and so many moving parts, but that's how you scale this thing, right?
And we are still looking at other products. Like we talked about at the beginning of the year, we do have ideas. It's just, we need to get the systems in place first before we can't introduce it without those system upgrades. So
yeah. Right now in the system, for the first time ever, we are at a point where we can track every single one of you all the way up your upline, all of you. And we can now view all of your leads, all of your buyers, all of your refunds, all of your business data for your funnel in one system. So now that we're kind of tracking this out, and we've got this kind of history and this foundation, now when we roll out new systems, it means that or new products for that matter, we have that kind of lineage that we can track now, right? We know who's under who, we know who's connected to who. And we know all of your funnels, we know all of your email addresses, and so we can get these messages out. We can get you all uploaded to a new system finally faster, and it's big. That was a massive undertaking. So that's going to allow us to scale into the future. So we can have, it doesn't matter if we've got 60,000 or 600,000 direct distributors, it'll still work. That's our number one focus.
And I think that's going to enable it to go, to keep going, right? And I think as long as we, do add other like our goal has always been to have other income streams, and so that's kind of our goal because that keeps it fresh. It's what differentiates us from other things out there. We will always add other advertising platforms. I've got some ideas on that. Like, we've got most of the major social media things, but then I don't know if any of you ever noticed, like if you play any games like Words with Friends or things like that, like apps, there's advertising on those. So we want to learn, like we're going to add in like how to get your ads showing on things like that, like different kind of things out there, not just like Google and YouTube and Facebook, but other like games and other apps that people are using, like Flipboard and different things like that, so that there's even a whole nother marketing avenue out there, right? And another thing, because like people face different challenges with shutdowns and things sometimes, so this will be a whole nother avenue that they can advertise on. And then we're also going to look for more low budget or free kind of things. We've got some on there, but we want to increase that so that there's more options for people to do organic traffic and different free advertising as well.
the really cool thing about this over the years, and something that we're both really passionate about, is making sure that on the system side, this remains accessible to everybody. I mean, yeah, Magic products are expensive, but they have to be because that's how they pay out the commissions that they do, right? But on the system side, $149 is still the bargain of a lifetime. So we want to be able to maintain that
and not charging
right?
monthly. We've always said we didn't want to charge monthly, and we're
Yeah.
still gonna not try not to. As long as we can keep things the way that they are,
Yeah.
we won't have to charge monthly ever. A lot of those other businesses out there, almost everything. I mean, find me something that doesn't charge on a monthly basis to keep your membership and your
Exactly.
access to your training. I mean, even the Anagic EWS site, you pay monthly for that. You don't even need that, right? And people are paying monthly for that. And all those other groups that are similar to what we do, there's a few of them, the breakaway movement and all these different things. They also all charge like $99 a month just to be part of their system. We don't charge any of that. So, and that we're really proud of that. And that's a big benefit and thing that, and I hope people, you can tell, especially your leads that have already watched the webinar and they know it's $149 to join. You can leverage that and tell them that we don't charge monthly. That's it, one time and they're in. We do say it on the webinar, but sometimes people they don't think that it's real, they think they're going to be charged monthly. But
also the engagement. I think something that we need to do better is to be able to connect our massive audience together. I mean, we were going to have a convention before COVID in Vegas, and we were going to piggyback the Anagic convention, but there was only going to be like 1,000 dream teamers that were going to come to it. Well, sounds like a lot, but
small
compared to the population, it's actually tiny, right? So, trying to take the positive out of this whole year and a half of COVID that we've gone through together now, it's kind of got us thinking, well, maybe, we're an online business community. Why aren't we having a digital conference, where everybody can attend? And it's a fraction of the cost, right? Like, we charge a flat ticket rate to pay for speakers and stuff, but now people don't have to pay for hotels and travel and meals and all of this stuff, right? Suddenly now you could have thousands of people attending an event like that and benefiting from it instead of just 1,000.
So we're looking at that too.
So,
again, that's time and plan. It's hard because it's still just Mike and I, and
Well, a lot of this stuff, I mean, the whole world is kind of, the whole digital conference thing is really just finally gained some traction through COVID. And so technology is catching up too, right? Because now there's demand for it. So, we're all the whole world is going through this together. So, it's a learning curve for all of us.
Okay, thank you, Mike and Darren. So guys, I also wanted to let you know that when I sent a message to Darren through Flock, I asked for only 5 minutes of guest appearance with only 1%. And I felt like I only had 1% possibility of yes from him. So thank you so much. And at the same time, as I was sending that message, I was also praying that I hope he's gonna drag Mike along with him. So thank you so much. And because we know that you are very busy, we have just last 2 questions remaining, if that's okay.
Okay,
sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. So we have another question from Jel.
Hi, Mike. Hi, Darren. Good morning
Hi, Jill.
from the Middle
There you are.
East. Yeah, I'm here. Good morning from the Middle East. So this is how it feels to speak to the legendary Mike and Darren.
Where are you in the Middle East?
I'm from Kuwait.
Oh,
Awesome. Wow.
Yeah, so it's 4:30 in the morning here. And
God.
anyway, my hands are shaking. It's a great pleasure to speak to you guys. Anyway, here in our team, we have a lot of newbies here, just recently started the business. So I just want to ask for any advice in behalf of them. To those who have just started their digital business, any advice you may give?
Be patient.
And stay plugged in. That's what same advice we always give, the stay plugged in, because I think people, especially when you're new, you tend to get distracted.
Yeah.
Life
Or
always
start
comes
comparing
up.
yourself to everybody else.
Yeah.
Never assume anything about anybody else, guys. Gosh, that's a life lesson in itself, right? You can't assume that somebody like Michelle Arceo is spending $1 a day on ads and works 5 minutes a day and got to dash 4, right? But a lot of people seem to, and they start to compare themselves to her. You can't do that, right? You never, and so many people, like a couple of weeks ago on the mastermind, somebody says, oh, so many people make it look so easy. That's why we have the 6 A's on those masterminds each and every week, because it ain't easy, right? It's business. It's not supposed to be easy. If business was easy, everybody would have a business and we would all be Elon Musk, right? But it's not. You got to be crazy. You got to be audacious. You got to believe in yourself. You have to keep doing uncomfortable things, and you got to keep trying. That's the thing. You got to keep trying. People still say Elon Musk is a madman, but he's a billionaire now, right?
Yeah.
What's the difference between a crazy guy and an eccentric guy? How rich you are.
and you gotta keep testing your ads.
Yes.
I mean, unless you are one of the lucky ones that finds your winning ad right away. Some people do, but if you're not, you gotta keep testing. You gotta give them time to see if they're working. But if it's not, then you gotta keep testing until you find that.
And please do not increase your budget on a bad ad. Please don't keep putting money into a bad ad. And track everything. Go through the welcome kit. Actually, I'll say one more thing before somebody else has the last question. There's the welcome kit in the training site, and there's that success checklist. The reason we put that in there is to make it as easy as possible for you, because I get it. There's a lot to go through here in the beginning for a new person. We're revamping the training site, so it's going to be less scary for people. So when you log in, you only see the stuff you need. But please use that success checklist, because it shows you the stuff that you should be focusing on for each rank. I mean, if you're a 2A or a 3A, you do not need to worry about a lot of stuff until you're a 4A or 5A, right? So, forget about that stuff. Focus on this handful of things first, and build that out, complete that. And then when you rank up, focus on the next stuff. I think that makes it a lot easier on people.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Jill.
So last question will be from Isa.
Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I'm Isa from Sacramento, California. I am a newbie. I'm so happy to meet you guys. I'm so nervous, but I just want to ask what your typical day is like. So balancing your super successful business and having all these leads, distributors, and all that. Do you still have just a personal time, or I don't know?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The best part about this business has always been that you can do stuff here and there.
Yeah,
so our days a lot now of department meetings and head meetings and committee meetings and stuff like that. But we always
it's broken up. We always we try, and lately we've been going for we try and get in 2 walks a day. So we'll go for a walk early in the day, then we'll go later, and and so we work usually when we get up in the morning, we'll have coffee, and then we'll check Slack and get all caught up, you know what I mean? We'll check messages and get caught, and make sure there's no fires to put out or systems or down or anything. And then we go for a walk, and then we come back and work some more and make lunch, because that's the beauty of this. You build it around your schedule. Right? We've never built our life around our work. We're building work around our life. So we do make sure we prioritize ourselves. We've had times in this business where the work took over because we were so busy. You guys have seen that crazy growth, right? And so it's been hard. We've had those challenges, but now we're really making an effort to make sure we make time for ourselves.
The health side of this business was something that was a hard lesson for us. And that's why we rolled in the Positive Shift Academy, because we both start to see our health decline.
Yeah, our posture, being on the computer.
And we were seeing it already start to happen with the leaders in the community.
Yeah, everyone was putting on weight. I don't want to name names, but we saw people putting on weight, 20 pounds, and we did, right? And now we're, losing it again. But it's, those are the things that
think of.
That happen when you work online, and it takes a while, but it's cumulative. Even if it's 1 pound a month, well, after 2 years of working online, you've put on 25 pounds, so
it's so much easier to gain weight than lose weight.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you, Mike and Darren. Lots of takeaway. So I'm
We
gonna
should do a picture.
yes, we're gonna have a group picture too. um, so yeah, shall we take a group picture first? If that's okay. Guys,
Yeah.
if you want to turn on your camera, please. We'll have 3 pages, so I'm gonna start with the first page. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, and second page. 1, 2, 3, smile. And the last one. 1, 2, 3, smile, guys. And that's it. All right, so I'm gonna give the floor to Coach Job.
Hi, Mike and Darren.
Hi,
It's
John.
Lisa here from
Hello.
Ontario, Canada.
Hey guys.
Yeah, we just want to express our gratitude to you guys for changing so many lives. You are really a blessing to all of us.
So we thank you for answering all the questions, and hopefully that might help to our business partners.
Hope
So in behalf of the whole Goal Getter squad, I would like to present a little token of appreciation to you guys.
Oops, hold on. Can you see our screen?
Can you see our
Yep.
screen?
Yep.
Okay. So where is it?
Can you see it? No, we can't see it.
Now.
Yeah, okay.
So can you see it now?
Yep.
Yeah, so
Yep.
for Goal Getter Squad, we're passionate, positive, purpose-driven. So we create leaders. So we present the certificate of appreciation to Darren Ewart and Mike Dreyer this 6th day of June 2021, signed by the all admins of Goal Getter Squad. So thank you guys
Awesome.
For
Thank
your
you.
for your
encouragement,
encouraging.
direction,
Yeah.
and excellent leadership.
Thank you,
Thank you
guys.
guys.
And again, we all just want you to know that we're so grateful and blessed to be part of the Dream Team. Thank you for gracing us your precious
Your
time.
precious time, yeah.
So
Welcome.
I think we already did the last part. Take a
Yeah.
screenshot, group screenshot. So we're very thankful
very
that
grateful.
we have you in this Zoom meeting today.
No, I'm glad we could
You're
come.
welcome. Yeah, thanks for having us.
So Mike and Darren, thank you so much for being with us again tonight in behalf of the Goal Getter Squad. And really, there are no words that can describe how thankful we are for both of you. You are a big blessing to all of us, Mike and Darren. And because of you, the dream team that you founded, I was able to almost retire from my physical therapy job. I'm sorry, guys. Here I am again. I'm sorry. I was also able to I was also able to pay off my credit card debts, like $48,000.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes, it started when my mom went to the hospital. That's when my story started. But anyway, John and Nisa are also able to get their dream house, and because of you, many of
Saw
us.
that.
Yeah, and because of you guys, a lot of us here in squad, in our Goal Getter squad, we are able to gain more household revenues and time freedom, and spend more time with our loved ones. So thank you so much, and we are very grateful. And I and my husband are personally very thankful to you forever. So this is really life-changing. And guys, we Mike and Darren, we would love to keep you longer, but we know that you are very busy. And so yeah, so if you have any advice for us before you exit, but if you want to stay longer, we'd also love to keep you longer. So
Thank you. We would, but we got a ferry to catch. We're going back to the city tonight. We need good internet for the webinars this week.
thank you so much.
Just honestly, guys, the fact that so many of you are here is huge.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
That's
just
the secret.
The secret here is the community. There's so many amazing people here now that you can learn from.
Yeah.
And I love Dave always says, the path to success leaves clues. there are clues all around you. Pick up some clues and just create your own success. I mean, there are some amazing people doing incredible things here. So figure out who you resonate with and follow them, reach out to them, connect with people. Just stay plugged in. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself, because we're all going through a lot right now. And just be patient with yourself and enjoy it. This is a crazy ride.
Yeah.
It's all possible, but you got to enjoy the little moments along the way too.
Celebrate the little moments.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah.
Celebrate every milestone, every lead, every buyer, every distributor, all of it, all your downline success, right? Upline success.
Thank you. And thank you so much, Mike. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Darren.
We lost our camera.
Right.
All right.
Bye,
guys.
Bye.
Thanks for
Thank you,
having us.
Mike. Bye.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Darren.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike and Darren. We love you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for being for attending tonight. So Mike and Darren have already exited the Zoom meeting. And sorry, I got emotional. I couldn't help it. So yeah, but anyway, guys, we're here. I guess we have just 9 minutes of time left together. So